Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. You know who I am. My name is Christopher Bell. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a long-term Boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. Go buy it so I can print tindies. And I'm a huge troll, clown, and hater of grifters on YouTube. And I tell my fans, my loyal subscribers who believe in me, who look up to me as a god, a Bogle god, I tell my subscribers to max their tax advantage accounts, buy total world stock market index funds, don't try to time the market, and stay the course, and you will outperform all the freaking losers on YouTube that pay clowns like this. Now, why do I have Jeremy LaFufu right here? Ooh, LaFufu! Why do I have him right here? Well, I think he's laughing at me right now, and I want to tell you why. Now, I've been talking about LaFufu, and I said he does stupid trades, and buying and selling stocks is tax inefficient, and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess who just got screwed by Vanguard? And somebody actually shared another video of another YouTuber who covered this. I was like, all right, I'll check it out later. And I actually watched it, and something clicked with me. I got screwed by Vanguard this year. I was actually literally affected by this, and there's actually a great lesson that I want to teach with this whole disaster. It's not the end of the world. I'm okay. But I'm going to get a huge freaking tax bill because Vanguard basically bit me over and, pummeled my poop hole. How, you may ask? Well, let's go look at this article, and then I'm going to show you what happened to me, okay? Literally, you're going to see my account. You're not going to see my bank number or brokerage number, you freaking losers. All right, so I pulled up this article. It's called Think Advisor. You got to think, bro, by Tesla. William Galvin said Tuesday that he has launched an investigation into the purchase of target date mutual funds by Massachusetts customers and taxable account at 5 broker-dealers, blah, 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 and Vanguard. I actually have a target retirement fund in Vanguard. What could have happened? Galvin said he's concerned by reports of inadequately disclosed fund changes that shifted financial burdens to small dollar investors, resulting in large tax bills for those who held the funds in non-retirement accounts. Oh my God, I have a target retirement fund in a non-retirement account. I'm getting really nervous about this. So what happened? Here's basically what happened. So Vanguard has basically 2 classes of shares, or I think they might even have 3, but they have institutional funds where they have lower expense ratios, and that's for like pension plans and 401ks and stuff like that. And then they have basically the exact same funds, but they're more expensive. They have higher expense ratios, and they're called, investor funds. So since I'm not a multi-millionaire, I'm not a pension fund or a freaking 401k plan for Coke or something, I have individual target retirement funds. Large institutions get the benefit of lower fees by having the institutional target retirement funds that they can offer to their employees. Now, what happened is Vanguard reduced the minimum investment in its institutional target retirement funds from $100 million to $5 million, causing many plans to switch from the standard funds to the institutional target funds. So kind of think about it this way. Let's say you're a small to medium-sized firm and you have a 401k plan. And you offer your employees Vanguard target retirement funds. But since you don't have a ton of money to invest, you're a small firm, maybe you decided to just offer the actual individual target retirement funds. Remember, they're the same thing, they just have different expense ratios. But since you didn't have $100 million, you couldn't actually have your plan buy into those larger funds. Now that Vanguard has cut those minimum requirements to $5 million, a lot more firms can switch from the higher expense ratio individual target retirement funds to the institutional funds. And what that means is, if they're switching, that means they're selling the individual funds. And when firms sell or people sell, the fund actually sells, shares and stock. They actually sell stock. And that generates capital gains that is passed on at the end of the year to the individual fund shareholders. You really don't have any control as an investor in these funds in a taxable account, because if there's a lot of redemptions, the fund is forced to sell all these different stocks. And if there's massive capital gains built in, which there have been over the last couple of years, then you're going to get a freaking tax bill because all those gains are going to be passed down to you as the investor. So let's go look at the two different types. So here we have the Vanguard Target Retirement 2060 Fund. This is what I'm invested in. I have this in a taxable account, which was a stupid decision, and I bought this a long time ago. Now, the required fees, the annual fees, is 0.15%. Pretty cheap, and you get exposure to the entire world, and you get a little bit of bonds, okay? Now, 0.15, this is the regular Target Retirement Fund. And then we go to the Institutional Target Retirement 2060 Fund. What could the fee be for this? It's 0.09. So if you were locked out of this before, you're a small firm or pension fund or whatever, and now that Vanguard has cut their, initial investment requirements, you're probably going to switch, because instead of paying 0.15 or your employees paying 0.15, they can pay 0.09. It's pretty freaking awesome, okay? But what that did is that screwed a lot of individual holders of these funds who had them in taxable accounts. Like me, because when I was younger, I didn't really, I put money in my thrift savings plan, but I didn't even freaking put money in my Roth until a couple of years ago. I was stupid, okay? I learned my lesson. And I want you to learn this young so you don't make this mistake. Let's go look and see. Oh, it freaking signed out. Oh my God. Should I pause? Let me pause the video and I'll reopen this. Anyway, back to the video. Here is my transaction history. So it's a lot of crap, it's a lot of text. But going from top to bottom, it just shows what capital gains and dividends I've been paid out as a holder of this fund. Now, if you hold an investment in a taxable account, if it pays a dividend or it distributes capital gains, you have to pay tax on that. You have to pay tax. If this is inside a Roth IRA or any IRA or a 401k or any other kind of tax advantage plan, you don't pay tax on any of these capital gains or freaking dividend distributions. That's why I always preach tax advantage accounts, because they save you a ton of money. And this is a perfect example. So look what happened here. Basically, the fund that I'm invested in paid me $1,440 in dividends, which is pretty normal. That happens basically every year. And it's roughly the same, so that didn't surprise me. But then you go down and you see this $2,240. Reinvestment long-term capital gain. So if I'm in the 15% capital gains tax bracket, I'm going to pay $336 in freaking tax for nothing, because I literally just reinvested this back into the fund. So boom, I just got a $336 tax bill. Not to mention the state, or whatever communist state you're in. Oh, and they also have a $509 short-term capital gain. So let's say I'm in the 22% tax bracket. Oh, that's another $111, okay? So I'm getting $111 from the short-term capital gain distribution. What was it, like $333 for the other one? That's $440-something. And then I have to pay tax on the freaking dividend, too. So let's say, oh, boom. I'm going to have to pay, well, not $1,000. I'm going to have to pay roughly $600-700 in freaking federal taxes, probably, because of what happened. Now, the whole point of this video is, number one, Vanguard screwed people. Because if you look, in 2021, we had these massive distributions, $2,240 and $509. If you go back to 2020, long-term capital gains distribution, $65. We went from $65 to $2,240. That is a massive increase, massive tax bill. And then you have the short-term capital gain, $105 versus freaking $509. That is a massive increase. So yeah, Vanguard did kind of screw individual investors like me. But if you put money in an IRA and a 401k, this is irrelevant. This doesn't freaking matter. So don't be like me and be stupid when they were younger and put a significant chunk of change in a taxable account in a target retirement fund. Because this is what freaking happens. I had no control over this. I was actually shocked when I saw this. I was like, what the hell? I got like $4,000 in distribution? What's going on here? It was shocking. And then I remember the video somebody sent me, and I was like, oh, it makes freaking sense. I actually was directly affected by what happened. So be careful, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Put money in tax advantage accounts, all right? It's way better. You're going to avoid a $600 tax bill or whatever that I'm going to freaking get this year. That's going to cancel out part of my child tax credit. Freaking losers. But yeah, that's the moral of the story. Tax advantage counts. Talk to you later. Cheers!